Hello there. We are going to dig right in and start practicing on one of the ASVAB core tests. This is a practice test that I found online. I can give you a link if you need it. And it covers a little bit of everything. Part one is arithmetic reasoning. So let's just start. Number one, if Ellen has $36 to spend at the flower market and lilies cost $1.80 each, how many lilies can she purchase? Another way to think of this is how many $1.80 are in $36? Or we could say $36 divided by $1.80. So that's what I'm going to do. $36 divided by $1.80. I don't need to write the zero. 1.8 and $1.80 would be the same thing. When I'm doing long division and I have a decimal out here, I'm basically going to multiply them both by 10 and move my decimal over. Another way to think of that is if I had $36 and was dividing it by 1.8, I could take the numerator times 10 and the denominator times 10, and then I have 360 divided by 18. So that's how we're going to think of this problem. We're just moving our decimal over one place, or think of it as multiplying them both by 10. So how many 18s are in 36? Well, 18 goes into 36 two times. 2 times 18 is 36. Then we subtract. 36 minus 36 is 0. Bring down my next number, which is 0. How many 18s are in 0? 0. Put my answer there. 0 times 18 is 0. Subtract, so the answer is 20. So 20 times 18 is 360. Or we know that 1.8 times 20 would be 36. Same thing, okay? So our answer is 20. So for number one, you should get B. Okay, we'll go on and do number two. Number two says an aquarium has a base length of 12 inches and a width of 5 inches. If the aquarium is 10 inches tall, what is the total volume? So volume we can think of as how much is inside a shape. So let's say this is an aquarium. It tells us the base length is 12. The width is 5. So from front to back here would be 5. And then it tells us the aquarium is 10 inches tall. So I'm just going to write that here. So it's 10 tall, 12 long, and 5 deep, or think of it as 5 wide. Okay, two different ways to think about finding the volume of something. If I kind of picture the base of it here, one way is to find the area of the base and then take that times the height. The area of the base here would be 12 times 5, because remember, we're just finding the area of a rectangle. So the base of this is a rectangle. The area of a rectangle, the area of a square, is length times width. So we're going to take 12 times 5, which is 60. And then we're going to multiply that times the height. So 60 times 10 is 600. A shortcut way to think of this, as long as you understand what it is you're doing, is just to go ahead and take length times width times height from the beginning. You can just do it all at once. So you can say 12 times 5 times 10, which again is going to give you 600. And its volume is always cubic inches, because you have multiplied inches times inches times inches. Inches times inches times inches is inches cubed. So that's why we call that cubic inches. On to number three. Number three, there's a lot to read. And usually when there's a lot to read, there's a chance that they are either giving you more information than you need, or they're just trying to test you on how carefully you can pay attention to all the details. And I will say this one is a little bit tricky if you're rushing through it. A man turns in a woman's handbag to the lost and found department of a large downtown store. The man informs the clerk in charge that he found the handbag on the floor beside the entranceway. So far, we don't really need to know any of that information. The clerk estimates that the handbag is worth approximately $150. Inside, the clerk finds the following items. We've got makeup case 65, perfume 75, earrings $150, and then cash of $178. The clerk is writing a report to be submitted along with the found property. What should he write as the total value of the found cash and property? Well, that's just a little tricky. We just pay close attention to the question. What should they write as the total value of the cash and the property? Okay, well, let's total up everything that we see here. So we see makeup as 65, perfume as 75, earrings at $1 or 150, and cash of 178. If we add these up, we've got 8, 5, and 5, that's 18. And then over here, I've got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 26. Carry my 2, and then, so I've got 468. And that is one of the answers. However, be careful. What have we forgotten? They want to know the total value of the found cash and the property. But remember, the handbag is also part of that property. The handbag is worth something also. It tells us the handbag is worth about $150. So we need to add that in. So we have our 8, our 11, 4, 5, 6. So we should be coming up with 618, which is C. Okay, so there's a few places that students could make errors there. You could make just a silly math mistake in adding, or you could just forget and add just the value of the purse and the cash. But remember that when it says the total value of the found cash and the property, that we're going to be adding all of those things together. And don't forget to add in the purse value. Okay, we are now ready for number 4. Okay, let's see here what we have. I'll go over here to number 4. Use the following information to answer questions 4 through 6. The cost of a movie theater ticket is $7.50 for adults and $5 for children ages 12 and under. I'm going to go ahead and take notes because on this, it's probably going to be a lot of information that we need to remember. So we have $5 for, I'm just going to put child. So we have $7.50 for adult, $5 for child. On Saturday and Sunday afternoons until 4 p.m., there's a matinee price of $5.50 for adults and $3 for children. So I'm going to go ahead and make note of that too during the matinee. All right. Special group discounts are available for groups of 30 or more. Which of these can be determined from the information given in the passage? Can you determine how much it will cost a family of 4 to buy movie theater tickets on Saturday afternoon? And I didn't write this, but up above this is Saturday. You can see what I'm writing. This is Saturday and Sunday. So can we look at this information and figure out how much it will cost a family of 4 to buy movie theater tickets on a Saturday? Yeah, we can. Can we tell the difference between the cost of 2 movie theater tickets on a Tuesday night and the cost of 1 ticket on a Sunday? No, it didn't give us any information. Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry about that. The cost of a movie theater ticket is $7.50 for adults and $5 for children ages 12 and under. That's the normal price. I wrote that down wrong. On Saturday and Sunday afternoons until 4, there's a matinee. So matinees are Saturday and Sunday. So this tells us this must be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. So can we tell how much it will cost a family of four to buy movie theater tickets on a Saturday afternoon? Yes, we can. It depends on what time they go, though, because before or until four, there's a matinee price. Um, okay, B says the difference between the cost of two movie theater tickets Tuesday night and the cost of one ticket Sunday. The only problem with that is we don't know if it's an adult or child ticket. Um, and how much the movie theater ticket will cost each person if he or she is part of a group of 40. Well, they said there's special prices available, but they didn't tell us exactly what that price was, so we don't have the information for C. D says the difference between the cost of a movie theater ticket for an adult on a Friday night and a movie theater ticket for a 13-year-old on a Saturday afternoon at 1. Yeah, we can tell exactly what that one would be. So the problem with A is that it just says Saturday afternoon. We don't know if it's before 4 or after 4. We don't know if they get that matinee price or not. And remember, the problem with B um, is it says just two movie theater tickets Tuesday night and one Sunday, but it doesn't say if it's adult or child. And C, we know that they get a special rate, but we don't know exactly what that rate is. So D is the only one that we can tell absolutely what the cost is going to be. Now we'll move on to number 5. 5 says the Reeves family includes one adult, one 15-year-old, and one 12-year-old. And one 11-year-old. How much would the Reeves family save by going to a Saturday matinee at 3:30 instead of a regularly priced movie at 7 p.m.? Okay, so we have one adult, a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old. Let's see, do I have everyone? Adult, 15-year-old, 12-year-old, and 11-year-old. How much would they save by going Saturday at 3:30? So let's look at the Saturday at 3:30. Let's make a little chart. That's going to be the matinee price. I'm going to write it over here. It's going to be $5.50. What was the age? Let's look back at the ages. 12 and under get the cheaper prices. So the adult and the 15-year-old are going to pay the $5.50 price. So we write that down. And then the 12-year-old and the 11-year-old should get in for $3. And then if they went on a regularly priced time, it's going to cost $7.50 for an adult, $7.50 for a 15-year-old, and $5 for the 12-year-old and the 11-year-old. So we have a little table here. We've got the adult, the 15-year-old, the 12-year-old, and the 11-year-old and their costs. And it's asking us and make sure we don't just give a total for one of these columns. Let's look at the actual question. It says, how much would they save? So $7.50 and $7.50 is $15. And then 5 and 5 is 10. So 15 and 10 is 25 if they go with the normal time. Over here, we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 50 and 50 would be 17. So 17. So how much would they save if they spent $17 instead of $25? 25 minus 17 would be $8. So our answer for number 5 should be D, 8. Going to do number 6 now, and then we're going to take a short break. Number 6 says, using the passage, how can you find the difference in price between a movie theater ticket for an adult and a movie theater ticket for a child under the age of 12 if the tickets are for a show at 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon? We need to look carefully and see if 3 p.m. is still the lower price or if that's when it changes to the higher price. So go back up here. And it says there is a matinee on Saturday and Sunday afternoons until 4. So 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon is still going to be the cheaper price. So that cheaper price is $5.50 for adults and $3 for children. Okay, so that's the information that we're using. And then we will look down here and it says, how do we find the difference in the price between that movie theater ticket for the adult and for the child? So we're just going to take our 550 and subtract 3. Another way to look at that would be to subtract $3 from 550. So number 6, our answer should be A.